Hyperbolas. How do you tell the difference between the equation of a hyperbola and the equation of an ellipse? One of the squared terms is negative. I don't necessarily want you to think of it as subtraction, because while this one does look like subtraction, does this one look like subtraction? No, it doesn't, does it? Because this first term is negative. So if you'll think of it as the fact that one of the squared terms is negative, I think that'll be good. Okay? So if it's opening left or right, this is the equation. Here's the equations for centers, vertices, covertices, and asymptotes. If it opens up or down, here's the formula. You know it opens up or down. Here's the center, vertices, covertices, and asymptotes. Pause the video at this time if you need some time to copy this down. Okay? Look at number 1. Where's the center? How do you know the center is at 0, 0? The asymptotes cross there is one way to know. Okay? 2 this way, 2 this way, 3 this way, 3 this way. So again, that gives me proof that that's a center, but it also gives me A and B. So in this case, our horizontal distance is 2. Our vertical distance is 3. So how do we know where our vertices are and our covertices? Can you see the 4 points that create the box? Not talking about the corners, talking about the edges of the box. Where the hyperbola is a vertex. Where the hyperbola is not is a covertex. Write those down, please. So where's a vertex? Somebody tell me where a vertex is. 0, 2? 0, 2 is right here. Oh, 2, 0. Where's the other vertex? Negative 2, 0. Okay. Where's a covertex? 0, 3 is right here. Is that what you mean? 0, 3 and 0, negative 3. Now the asymptotes. We have this formula we could use. It's not a very bad formula though, is it? We know A, B, H, and K, so is it really that difficult? So if we're talking about this particular formula, we've got plus or minus. They gave us 2, so one's going to be plus and one's going to be minus, right? B over A. What is B over A? 3 over 2. Now, they kind of give it away here because they don't even give you anything else to fill in. But what do we know about H and K? It's zeros, right? So we don't really need anything else. You know how yesterday we had a formula to, like a pattern to fill in for our ellipses? I give myself this pattern to fill, but I have to be careful. Why? Is this always a minus? No, but if I have it there, is it really hard to put the line through it to make it plus if I need to? Okay, so x minus h, well that's 0, so I just have x squared, right? Over a squared. 4 plus y, oh wait, which one's minus and which one's plus? How are we going to be able to tell? Can we go a little elementary here? Okay, let's pretend this part of the hyperbola is a monster. And let's pretend it's going to close its mouth and eat a vertex. Excuse me, an axis. Which axis is this going to eat? Like these? It's eating the x-axis, so which term is positive? The x. So are we okay here? These signs are correct, right? Look at this one. Here's the monster. Which axis is it going to eat? The y. Y is the one that's positive. Are we good? Is that the only way to remember this? No. No, it's not. There's many more, like upper level. Maybe people with bachelor's degrees. No. Okay? So what goes here then? It would be y minus k, but k is 0, so y squared over 9 equals 1. Done. We good? Okay. Look at B. No, that's not nice. I'm talking about the B on the paper. That's not nice. 2, negative 2. Wait. 1, 2, 3, negative 2. Okay, 3, negative 2. You thought you were going crazy? Yeah. Babe, I thought you were already gone. What's A? 1. What's B? So where's a vertex? 3, 1. That's a vertex this time, right? And 3, negative 5. Okay. 2, negative 2. And 4, negative 2. If you're getting distracted by the numbers, don't. Just count. Okay? Are we good? Let's use our formula this time for the asymptotes. Y equals plus or minus B over A. 3. But I said B over A. How come you didn't tell me a fraction? Because it's 3 over 1. Could we put 3 over 1 if we wanted to? Yes. Do we have to? No. X minus H. So X minus 3 plus K minus 2. It would be plus a negative 2, right? Could we put plus a negative 2? Absolutely. Equation. I'm going to give myself the pattern to fill in. But this time, what do I already know? This is a minus, this is a plus, isn't it? Okay? So X minus 3 squared over 1. Do I have to put it there? Can I if I want? Yes. Okay. Y plus 2 squared over 9 equals 1. Done. Yep, that's it. That's kind of what I meant by when I said done. Okay. Okay, ready? Graph the hyperbola from the working form. Where is the center? 3, negative 1. 1, 2, 3, negative 1. What is A? 4. So that means left and right, I go 4. What are those 2 points? Negative 1, and 7, negative 1? Is that what you said? Okay, I agree. What's B? 3. How do you know? Square root of 9. Good. Okay. So from the center I go up 3, and down 3. 3, 2. 3, negative 4. Okay. Now I have to make my box. Please remember, these are not the corners of the boxes. They're the midpoints of the sides of the boxes. Okay? So watch. Just watch for a second. You can do it in a minute. Wait, how am I drawing my box? Why? Why am I drawing it dotted? Does it really exist? No. What does it give us? First of all, it helps us find the asymptotes. We already know the center, right? So it helps us find the asymptotes. So watch me draw the asymptotes. How are the asymptotes go again? They go through the center, right? But how? Specifically? Through the corners of the box. Absolutely. Okay? Whoa, that was not straight at all. I'm so sorry for that. You guys can do much better, yes? Okay, draw your asymptotes real quick and then I'll show you the amazing, amazing part. Tell me which way this hyperbola opens. It eats the x, right? So it's opening left and right. Are we in agreement? Okay, so that means I go to this point, which is a vertex, and I draw my hyperbola. Where do I draw my hyperbola? Or better yet, where do I not draw my hyperbola? I don't cross the asymptotes, do I? So not only does my box give me my asymptotes, but my asymptotes give me the shape of my hyperbola. So watch. Just like that. Do not go inside the box, because what people like to do is go inside the box and it looks like that. We're not drawing butts. No butts. Okay? We are not drawing butts. Go from the vertex. Don't go inside the box and head for the asymptotes, but don't cross them. I'm waiting. Oh, how did she know that it opens left to right? Which term is positive up here? The x term is positive, so I know it's going to eat the x. Because it is hungry. Are we good? Any questions? Okay, let's go on to number 3 before somebody gets in trouble. So how are we going to graph this? Tell me the center. 4, -2. And tell me the vertices. Do we know enough information for that yet? No. So let's do some drawing. 4, -2 gives me the center. How far do I go left and right? Okay, from the center, 1, 2, 3, 4. From the center, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, how far do I go up and down? 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Make my box. Or make your box, I guess I should say. Create your asymptotes from the center to each corner. You can get a ruler from the ruler home if that will help you, if you'll feel more confident. Now, Haley, tell me which way this opens. Up and down. Why does it open up and down? Which term is positive? The y, so our hyperbola needs to eat the y-axis. Oh, but see, here's where we have an argument. It's not on the y-axis. So can we just remember that it's eating where the y-axis would be? Are we okay with that? So watch again. From the vertex, we're going to go out. So this one's like a really wide one, isn't it? Okay. Now can you tell me where my vertices are? Tell me. Is this a vertex? Is this a vertex? 4, 0 is one of our vertices. Where's my other vertex? 4, -4. Last thing that they're asking me for is my asymptotes. Can we use our equation? Okay, so y equals plus or minus b over a. What's b? 2. What's a? 4. What's 2 over 4? 1/2, right? Good. X minus h. So x minus 4 plus k. So here comes a discussion. And mostly by discussion, I mean I'm going to talk to you. You can talk back, but not rude. Rude. Why don't I multiply this out? Shouldn't I multiply it out if I really want a good equation? Guys, how is this not a good equation? If I leave it like this, doesn't it tell me some things? Doesn't it tell me that where my center is? Doesn't it give me some idea what A and B might be? A fraction like this, I know it could be different things. And in this case, in fact it is, but it gives me an idea, doesn't it? So why can't I leave it like that? Yeah, I can. I can. And I'm going to. Okay? Now, if I had these lines and it says, okay, now go graph them. Well, but didn't I? Do you see what I'm saying? Any comments or questions about that? Okay? So what about this second part of number 3? Oh, this one looks much more difficult. Good. I'm proud of you for catching my sarcasm in that. That was excellent. Okay, where's the center? Where's my center? 2, 0. Remember, center is with the H and K with the X and the Y. The 2 is with the X. Nothing's with the Y. Why isn't it a 1? Because Y minus 1 is something. Y minus 0 is nothing, isn't it? Just Y, which is what it is. So 2, 0 is aquí. That means here in Spanish. Okay? So how far do I go the X direction? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And how far? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How far do I go the Y direction? Wait, but there's nothing there, so shouldn't it be a 0? It was here. Oh, we're dividing by it, so it has to be a 1, right? Excellent. Draw your box. Draw your asymptotes. I gotta use a ruler on this one. It's bothering me. Don't judge other people's boxes until you've walked a mile in their box. Okay? So where do I draw my hyperbola? Where are the vertices? -3, 0. So you're telling me you think this opens left and right? Why do you think it opens left and right? Because the x squared term is positive, right? So where's my other vertex? 7, 0. So we good? Any questions? Where are my asymptotes? Y equals plus or minus B over A. What's B? And what's A? 1/5, right? So 1 over 5 x minus h plus k. Wait, do I have to write plus 0? Only if I want to, right? H. This 2 comes from the H. Okay? We good? Number 4. Can you write an equation? Okay. Which one of these terms is going to be positive and which one's going to be negative? Y is positive. X is negative. So it's a negative thing plus a positive thing, or plus the y squared thing, right? Where's my center? -1, -2 is my center. So it's x plus 1 and y plus 2. Good. What's my A value? 5, so this is 25. And what's my B value? So this is 9. Excellent. We're done. I mean, with that problem. Ready to go to the next one? Am I going too fast? Good. I'll draw myself a pattern to fill in. Which term is positive? Which term is negative? Y is positive, so again I have to change my signs, right? Get them where they're supposed to be. Where's my center? -3, -1 is my center, so I have x plus 3 squared, good. And I have y plus 1 squared, right? All right, so what's a? So what's a squared? 1. What's b? 2. So what's b squared? Done. Hard? Easy? Relatively in between? Excuse me. 5. More graphing. We're doing good on this? Okay. So my center is at 1, -1. To make my box, I need to go how far left and right? 1, 2, 3 left and right. And how far up and down? 2. Make my box. Connect my corners. I don't know what you're saying, or even speaking English. So what do I do now? Where? Okay, can I fix your vocabulary? You said go to the x-axis. That's right here. Is that what you meant? We want to go to the horizontal direction, don't we? Okay, this direction. So go these and draw your hyperbola. Don't go in the box. Ready to go on? Okay, where is the center? 2, -3. Tell me what's next. 5 right. Okay, did it. 5 left from the center. Did it. 2 up and down. 2 up, 2 down from the center. Make a box with these dots as my midpoints. Draw my asymptotes. Connect my corners, right? How? Horizontal again? Like if it was on the axis, it would be eating the x-axis, right? Okay. Done. Do you expect more? So just like yesterday, we expected a little bit more than we did with circles, right? There's more to do with the formula. Now, how many of you would believe me if I told you you already know how to do this one? Does it look like a problem we've done with ellipses or circles? Not at all, does it? Okay, so let me show you that you already know how to do this. It says this opens left and right, just like the drawing it gave us. And here's the asymptotes. Find the center. What? How in the world am I supposed to just find the center randomly with 2 equations? What's true about where the asymptotes cross? Oh my gosh, they cross at the center, so we could just figure out where they cross. I wish we would have done something like that. We're just trying to solve the system, aren't we? Okay, so that equals that. So shouldn't that equal that? So 2x minus 14 equals negative 2x plus 2. So if I add 2x to both sides and add 14 to both sides, I should get 4x equals 16. What's x equal? Oh my goodness, it's just 4. So that means the center is going to be 4 something. How do I figure out the something? Plug it in, right? I know what x is. How do I find y? 2 times x, 2 times 4, 8 minus 14, -6. Hey, there's the center. If you know A, can you find the hyperbolas vertices? If you know A is 5, you know the center is 4, -6. How do I figure? Oh my gosh. Didn't we do exactly this yesterday on ellipses and exactly this the day before on circles? Tells us the center and then asks for these over here and these up here. Yeah. Looks completely different, but it's the same idea, isn't it? So if I know if I've got to go 5 further this way, what value is changing? The x value. So this is 9, -6, and the other one the other way is close, -1, -6, right? 5 the other way from 4 would be -1. The y values are the same because it's the same height from which see if I go over 6 and down, so the axis is up here somewhere, right? Over 4 and down 6. So if I need to go 5 further this way, I'm going to go 5 further on the x-axis to come down 6 still. I need to go 5 further this way, and it looks like I drew my y-axis the wrong place, right? You get the idea? Okay. So what if I need to change my if I know B, can I find the other two? So I still need to go over 4, but now I need to go down 10 further. So 4, -16. And I went down 6, but now I need to go up 10 from that. Where does that put me? 4, 4. Again, same idea as ones we did yesterday, isn't it? Okay. Yay, new vocabulary words. Transverse axis. Except it's not a new vocabulary word. You already know what it is. It's the axis that the hyperbola is eating. It is the line passing through the center and both vertices, right? So now we're just looking for the transverse axis. We don't have to have an elementary way to remember things, right? Yay! Okay. So they give you this fancy formula. You know how I felt about the formula they gave us yesterday. Guess how I feel about this one. Okay? So yesterday I showed you, okay, here's ellipses. You can't see that. Sorry. Here's ellipses. X minus h squared over a squared plus y minus k squared over b squared equals 1. And what was the equation we used yesterday? C squared equals a squared minus b squared, right? Hyperbolas today. I'm only going to write 1. You'll be fine. X minus h squared over a squared minus y minus k squared over b squared equals 1. What do you think the equation is we're going to use today? C squared equals a squared plus b squared. So how are we going to keep track of which one to use with which one? Yeah, they are. If we're adding the two squared terms, both terms are the same sign, this is going to be a negative. If one of these is negative, this is a positive, isn't it? Okay? Now, if I just showed you this equation and said, here, what is this? What would you say? Pythagorean Theorem, right? Same kind of deal here, but not exactly. Okay? It's not, there's no triangle, really-ish. Okay?
Miss Kingston?
Yes, ma'am.
Will you send Linda Smith to the office, please? She's leaving.
Okay, she's on her way. Yes. Okay, so let's look at these three problems right down here. C squared equals a squared plus b squared. What is a squared plus b squared? $169, right? So what would that make C? 13. if these points are on my transverse axis, where are they? Here and here, right? So they're at 13, 0, and negative 13, 0. Done. So look at this one. C squared equals A squared plus B squared. What is A squared plus B squared? 145. I do not know the square root of 145, but I know it is a little bit more than 12, right? Because 144 is 12, isn't it? So what are we going to write? Isn't it approximately 12? Can we just say 12? Are you okay with that? I think it's like 12.04 or something like that. So C is 12, approximately 12. Where are they this time, though? They're on the transverse axis, which puts them, what, there and there? So where is that? Oh, good. 0, 12, and 0, negative 12, right? So here is the hard one. C squared equals A squared plus B squared. What is A squared plus B squared? C squared is 25. What does that make C? 5. Where are they? Where are the foci? From the center, I go which direction? Left and right. Isn't that the transverse axis right there? So from the center, I go 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, both directions, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What points are those? 7. Oh my gosh, this is so hard. 1, 2, 3, 3, negative 3, 3. Done. Questions? Kingston out.